Alright, we got the Samsung. The capacitor has been going bad in this for a couple of years. And now they're getting real bad. So it's usually the two right at the power supply where they get overheated. Let's see. No, it's going to turn on, isn't it? It'll get this far, then it'll turn off. Nope. All right. We're okay. So we're going to take the back off this and replace the caps. Okay, so to take this back off, don't do it while it's on the stand. I was about to do that, and then I realized, you know, all your screws are going to be these ones with the arrows. So it's going to be the arrows, not these. Arrows. Then when you come over here, you're going to see S. Those are holding the TV to the stand. So if you take these out while it's standing up, the TV possibly can fall forward. So you want to lay it down, put it on some pillows so your screen isn't on the ground. And now I'm going to take out these screws. And then the back should come right off. But yeah, you don't want to take out the F screws while the thing is standing up. Okay, make sure you take out those screws if you had them sitting in, and don't miss this one right there. So then now this should just pop up with a little bit of finagling.
Make sure you have all the screws up front. Okay, done. The screws just
fell out. Those 4 mounting ones. 2, 3. I don't know where the 4th one are. Yeah, because see, if you take all these S's, you are now bouncing. You're not holding the back of the TV anymore. All right, where's our power board? Power is going under here. So like I gotta take this screen off to get to the board under there. All right, so then you want to go through and remove your screws holding on this cage, and then don't forget on the VGA connector you got to take these out, and you loosen those with a flat screwdriver. And then I'm not going to undo these ribbon cables and all that. I'm going to see if I can get under this without not removing that thing. Maybe this one. These two. Oops. All right, I'm going to remove those. I don't want to undo the cable. I don't know what kind of cable that is. Or is that oh, never mind. Those are easy. I thought that was a slip-in cable. All right. I'm a little troubled here. These are the 2 capacitors that are usually blown out, and I do not see any blowout. I have to go to the other. Maybe they blew down. But these are your power capacitors. The kit gives you to replace all these, but it's these 2 that blow out. They get too hot. They're too close. Maybe these 2, but usually they're blown out. They're not. These look perfectly fine. These are squeeze ones. These are your lights, I believe. Yeah, these are your LED high voltage. And then there's your ground and your positive, negative. Everything's disconnected. And then you gotta take these screws out. These caps, don't short those caps to your fingers, baby. This is your high voltage for the the LCD, not LED, the LCD, because LCD is high voltage. So it goes out over to the lights. This is your light here. That's your light there. That one follows it. This is your high voltage side because it's LCD, not LED. Okay, so I'm going to take at least one of these off. And note, your black side. See the black hair? That is your negative side of the capacitor. I can't show you because it's covered there. And when you go underneath, you'll see those lines again. That's the negative side of the capacitor. So I'm going to take off this top one. You can use desoldering stuff, but I just hold leverage on the cap and just inch them out. See those fingers come out already, and then I'll tilt it the other way. Sure, the other ways, right? Whatever. That's what I do. Cap should be out. Ah, crap. This cap looks fine, but you see black side, that's your negative side. Negative side. So the negative side always goes in there. This is annoying. This capacitor looks totally fine. At least I think. Let's take out the other one. Alright, so I got them removed. And these don't look bad either. That's really annoying. Yeah. So I went through and I cut these. Cut them longer. Don't cut them short. There's no reason to. Pay attention. See your negatives got swapped over here. And for the people that say that what I just did was how I took those out was wrong, look at the holes. Perfect holes through. Perfect holes through. Just be careful when you're sticking the legs back through. Don't force them because you might rip a pad off. Although this is a different kind of circuit board where that's not going to happen. But you could still have it happen. So something like this, it should just push right through. Again, negative is to the black side. You should just go right through. Like that. Went right through. No forcey Darcy. This one. And there it is. And then I just need to solder there, and I may leave those legs hanging just to piss people off. Because that's what the internet needs. People need something to complain about, so you got to give it to them. You give it to them because they're going to do it anyway. Because they have mental issues, so you feed them, you feed them their mental issue Wheaties for the day. Also to note, when you're replacing, a higher voltage is fine. The runs in here were 10, we're putting 25s in. And that's why I should not have cut those legs short, because if you're going higher voltage, you see it's a bigger. And I cut those legs short, and I have to hope I have room to get both of these in. Okay, I just barely do. See how those are cut like that? Luckily, I did not cut the legs too short. Because if they're going to be bigger than the hole, they're going to sit like that. And, yeah, you won't have room. You need the legs a little higher. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you got to match the microfarads. You got to match the farads, but the voltage can be higher. All right. So there's that big mess right there. Those 4 caps. I did have a little issue with this pad here, so I had to scrape a little bit of the circuit board so I could solder to the circuit board. But now is your time to make sure you have your negatives right. Negative out, negative to the right, negative to the right. Negative to the right, outward, outward. Because if you put those caps in backwards, boom, boom goes that cap, and it stinks. Do not touch these. These have nothing to do with your power supply. These are for your lighting. Lighting. This is your lighting circuit. These caps are for your lighting circuit. 450 volts for your LCD lights. Do not touch this part of the board. Now, I don't know if this is going to fix my problem. It was a power issue. It would power up and then power off. If you unplug it, plug it back in, it'd be fine. That's usually these caps. But they all look fine, so now I got to put it back in and hope it's all fine. So you got a fuse here, fuse there. Then I think you have a fuse there for the lights. 2 fuses for your lights. I didn't notice any other fuses. Don't touch any other caps. They have nothing to do with any of this. When you're putting in these screws, use hand tools, because this is a circuit board. If you over tighten that, you're going to crack that. When you crack that, that's a bad day for you. Yep. So they don't need to be tight. You put them in. As soon as they touch the board, you stop screwing. That's why you don't want to use power tools. Look at those caps all crooked like that. Oh my God. Alright, make sure your wires are not crunched. You see those were bent, so those were going through this hole, your LCD wires. This wire was going through under there. This one is going through a little hole there. These were going up through there. These go up through this hole. This one, you can see a little nick in that blue. This blue used to be rubbing against that metal, so I pulled it this way and bent this down. See, it's nicking. It was nicking that metal. I mean, this is not a car. It's not movement, but yeah. All right. I do notice that red light is off over here now. I think it used to always stay on. I don't know. I'll have to see how this goes. When I first turned it on, it was having issues. So I unplugged it and plugged it back in again. Oh, uh-oh. All right.
Don't take if you or your family
Yeah, we got more caps to replace.
or if allergic to it.